So you were in Quebec City this
I was in
week.
Quebec City, on Wednesday. I went to do a comedy in French.
Your first ever
TV
French
appearance
TV
in French.
credit.
Yeah. Quebec doesn't know what they're in for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're from Quebec City or they own TVs.
I don't know if they're ever going to invite me back because I yelled at a lot of people. I'm going to tell you that right now. I yelled. And the thing is, I don't know, now it seems like, what a diva. But it wasn't diva yelling. It was angry Greek yelling. It was it's two very different types of attitudes.
What was because you were having problems with transportation?
Yeah, so I drive up to Quebec City. And so when I get there, basically the show is like, I'm supposed to be on stage at 9:30 p.m., but they wanted me there at 1:30 p.m. to talk to me about stuff. So I was like, all right. So I show up. The deal was you go to the hotel and there's a little bus that takes you to the theater. So I was like, that makes perfect sense. So I park the car. I leave my luggage, everything in the car because I can't check in yet. It's too early. It's about 1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's fucking too early for check-in.
Check-in's at 4 p.m.
Yeah,
so I was dressed like a homeless person. I had like these dirty shorts and shirt. I was like, well, I don't need to take pictures. I'm just going to go. But they ended up taking a video of me anyway. So I find a little bus, and there's a guy in there eating chicken. And I'm looking at him.
Bus?
He's sitting in the front, the little bus, like a little navette, you know?
Yeah.
The shuttle bus.
Like a little shuttle.
Yeah, so I'm looking at him. I'm like, is this my guy? Because they said there's a bus there. So I'm waiting a couple of minutes, nothing, no other bus. So I go ask, let me ask you, you're the guy that's supposed to take me to the theater? And he's like, yeah. I go, can you take me to the theater? He's like, no, je mange mon Saint-Hubert. I'm eating my Saint-Hubert. And I'm like, well, look, I have a meeting there in like 5 minutes. How long does it take to get there? He's like, 15 minutes to get there. I was like, all right, so even if we leave right now, I'm going to be late. Can we hurry it up? He's like, no, I have to eat my lunch. We're going to leave in 15 minutes. I was like, so then I'm going to be like a half hour late. He's like, well, he's eating his chicken. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, how long have you been here? He's like, 2 hours. I go, for 2 hours, you couldn't fucking eat. You had to eat right now. When I fucking show up, you have to eat. So I call them up, the number I have. I go, look, it's Pantelis. I'm supposed to be there. They're like, who the fuck? You know, they're yelling. And I'm like, I'm going to be late. She's like, why? I go, should I just take the bus? I go, I'm trying to, but the guy won't take me. She's like, why not? He's eating his lunch. He's eating Saint-Hubert. And she's like, what are you talking about? I was like, he's eating chicken. I'm looking at him. I'm talking to you while he's eating chicken in front of me. He's not going to take me for another 15 minutes. She's like, okay, we'll wait for you. So the day's already starting out like this, right? It's like,
and the fact that they were willing to wait, that means that that's a problem that happens regularly.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, he's eating his chicken. At least they're willing to wait. But then I got nervous.
Was the driver Chicken Steve?
The thing is, as soon as he ate his chicken and he picked me up after, when I got in, he's a super nice guy. But fucking chicken enthusiast, So this happens. So already now I'm nervous. I'm like, fuck, it's the first time these people meet me. They think I'm showing up late or whatever, but it's because the fucking guy was eating chicken. I did everything I could in my power. So I show up and I was nervous because I was late, But I show up and they made me wait for 4 hours before I even did makeup. So I was like, why was I hurrying if I just sat here for 4 hours? And then they made me stand somewhere, like take the mic. What are you going to say here? Then they made me do a quick interview, which is I read questions and I answer aggressive. Well, it was supposed to be nicely, but I answered aggressively. I was like, next question. No, next question. I was a dick. And then they're like, all right, you're done. Go to the hotel. I'll see you back here at 8:30. I was like, I spent 4 hours for this. I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, you guys booked me for the day, so it's up to you. They take me in a little bus. I go back to the hotel, 6-something. I shower. I get dressed. I'm like, I don't have that much time. I was supposed to be there at 8:30. I'm going to go downstairs now. It's like 7:20 just to make sure. I'll go early. So I go down. I don't see the bus there. So I go next door to grab something to eat. And I'm staring to make sure the bus doesn't come.
You go to the chicken place?
I went to another chicken place.
Okay.
I stopped checking. I ate turkey at another place next door. It was a big turkey leg. It was like a cartoon. I felt like the Flintstones.
Really?
Yeah.
You were fucking Fred Flintstone.
That's what I was.
Waiting for the shuttle.
Waiting for the shuttle. So he's not coming. 8 o'clock comes around. I'm supposed to be there at 8:30 now. Nothing. 8:10. Nothing. I'm calling. No one's answering. I start panicking. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm going to look like an asshole. Yeah, I don't show up, on time. Fuck it. I get an Uber. So this African guy comes and gets me. He's like, I go, stop talking. Just fucking go. Like, I'm late, So I'll give you 5 stars if you just fucking go. So he goes as fast as he can. I show up. I see a shuttle. The shuttle's waiting there. I go, bro, what the fuck are you doing here? The guy's like, oh, j'attends. I'm waiting to bring people to the hotel. I go, what are you talking about? All the people are here. I'm the last guy you're supposed to bring from the hotel to here. What are you doing, So I go upstairs.
He was waiting at the theater to bring people back after the show.
But the show's going to be done in 2 hours from that point or whatever. Like, I'm the last guy, It's like, motherfucker. So I go upstairs. I'm trying to get in. Now I'm late, So I'm fucking panicking. I don't want to be the guy who's late all the time. So I have my mask on. I'm going in, and I'm trying to get backstage. I couldn't remember how I got there the first time. So I'm going up, and some lady who works there, but she's an older lady, like maybe 60 years old. You know, she had her tag. She stopped. She's like, "Where are you going?"
Did she have a tag with her age on?
No, she looked like, but she had a tag for the festival. The thing.
I thought it was like, see Ethel, 62.
But she stops me, and then I'm like, she's like, "Where are you going?" In French, you know. And in French, me, I was like, "I gotta go backstage." And she's like, "Why?" And as soon as she said it, bro, I don't know what happened. I was like, "I'm on the fucking show. You guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. The bus never fucking came." I'm fucking free. She's like, "What the fuck?" Like, she's like, this escalated quickly. And then a fan who bought tickets saw me. He's like, "Oh shit, Pantelis, like, j'ai hâte de voir ça. You know, I want to see this." So as soon as she heard that, she's like, "Oh, this guy is on the show. He's not a crazy person." So then she just freezes and stares at me. And one of the people from the show comes and sees me. She's like, "Pantelis, what are you doing out here?" I go, "I can't fucking get inside. The fucking shuttle didn't come." She's like, "How'd you get here?" "I took a fucking Uber." She's like, "What the fuck? You took an Uber? Why didn't you call us?" "I did. Nobody picked up the fucking phone." So I'm just, you know. So anyways, they take me back, and now I'm like, I seem like a fucking crazy person. They're like, "We invite one guy who's not French to this fucking thing, and he's just yelling all the time." You know, there's one Greek guy. The first Greek guy we get is going to be the last one. Like, this guy's crazy. So they bring me backstage, you know, I'm getting ready. They're fixing my hair and shit, and I'm angry. Now I'm like, "Fuck, you texted me. You're like, just calm down." I was like, "Should I fucking leave? I'm very angry right now." And Mike's like, "No, just be happy, idiot." Like, just...
Yeah, because I was at my house, and then I looked at the time, and I was like, "Oh, he's probably about to go on stage." So I just texted you like, "Hey, kill it tonight." And I thought I'd get a thanks, and I just got a, "Is it? They're very unprofessional."
So Mike calms me down, you know, and I'm like, "All right, you know what? I'll try to find my happy place to go on stage, whatever." And then I'm watching.
I think I did text you that. Find
That's
your
what you told
happy
me.
place.
You said find. So then that's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to find my happy place or whatever. But then I kept hearing complaints. Like, other comics were coming up and they're like, the crowd sucks. The crowd sucks. It's not gonna be this. And I'm like, fucking negative attitudes. You know, get out of your fucking head. Get out of your fucking head. Because I'm like, they're saying the crowd sucks. It's their language. Imagine me. You know, it's not like, "Oh, this is not gonna go good." So I'm there. I'm backstage, and there's like a camera on me.
Whenever I've noticed, like, especially TV taping, like, people that are there want it to go well because they don't want to be like, you don't want to be in the audience of a show that's fucking garbage, because then all your friends will be like, "What the? Why did you go see that, you fucking idiot?" So they want it to go well. So if everyone's bombing, it's because the comics are doing a bad job. Yeah, usually.
Well, that's where the way it comes in, because I wasn't really watching everyone's set, but just hearing that, I was like, "Oh fuck, this isn't good." So then there's like a guy in front of me with a camera while I'm backstage, like, because I was bent down, I was stretching, you know, it's, you know, things you do before you get on stage. And then, you know, when you get up, so I look up and there's a camera in my face, and I'm like, "Is this motherfucker gonna put this on TV? Like, me stretching backstage, like, like I'm shooting like I'm getting my ass ready for a porno, you know, like, what the fuck's?" I'm just bent over, so I'm looking at him. I go, "Oh, I hope this guy doesn't put this on." But you can't say that because he's taping me. So what if I tell him to go fuck himself? And that goes on. So I'm just staring at him like a deer in headlights. I'm like, "What the fuck's happening here?" You know. So finally, they put me on. But as soon as I got out, I guess because of you, Suzuki, all that, like, the crowd was nice to me. They were whistling and shit. They were happy to see me. So I was like, what the fuck are people complaining about? So then I do my set. I didn't like it, but the people liked it. The people who from the show liked it. It was just me personally. I'm never happy. You know, I'm fucking crazy. And then I go back, and because everyone was complaining about the public, you know, the audience, and I go, "The audience was pretty good, and it's not even my first language, so you guys are the problem. It's clearly not the fucking crowd, you know." So anyways, I do all that stuff.
You killed in your third language.
I killed in my third language.
Yeah, which is impressive.
So I do all this, right? And the whole thing was like, I had yelled at them, so I wanted to do well, you know? But I forgot that they had told me one thing I was doing wrong that they hated during like the practice. When you finish your set, they wanted me to stay there for like 8 seconds and like wave at the crowd and be like, and bow. But literally, I finished my set. I did this. The lights turned. I was already backstage.
Yeah.
I didn't even give them 1 second. So you could see like the lady in the back of the production. She's like, "Fucker," because they can't edit that.
Yeah.
Like, they cut to the crowd and then I just disappear.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel natural to stay on stage.
Yo, who does that? I'm a comic.
But whenever, like...
the Three Musketeers, bro.
I had a friend that, like, in galas, the difference between, like, the French language galas and English galas, the English galas, people finish, like, for just for laughs. They finish, they fuck off. But on the French side, that's why it started. They'd stay there. I guess it was because they were bringing people from France. They'd stay there, and then people would be like, I think we have to stand up. So everyone would get a standing ovation. And I had a friend once that told me he'd been doing comedy for like 10 years, and he was super famous in French. And he was like, I've never gotten a standing ovation. I was like, just wait. For real. Just wait 5 seconds, and you'll get a standing ovation. And then he went on stage, had a really mediocre set, waited 5 seconds, standing ovation.